Herod Antipas controlled Galilee. And Philip named the town Caesarea Caesar, and Caesarea Philippi. We are told by historians today that it was a center of pagan worship. That Caesarea Philippi and the surrounding territory had 14 temples of Baal worship. This is in Jesus' day. And that the pagan god Pan, which is Greek for all, this was the birthplace of the god Pan from the cave at the foot of the hill there. This is where the pagan god was born. And there at Caesarea Philippi, and the artist tries to show you this, we find that Herod the Great had built a white marble temple to the god Caesar. Now, get your mind around this. Okay, here's Jesus, a penniless carpenter from Galilee, and his ragtag 12 very common men. And what's he doing? He's sitting down with that in the background. Do you think that was coincidence? Jesus, it is as if Jesus deliberately set himself against the background of the world's religions and all their history and splendor and asked his disciples an important question. You have all those gods around you and everything, and so he asked the disciples an important question. What did he ask them? Sitting here in the center of all these gods, who do you say I am? Or who do the people say I am? Right? So he asked. Who do the people? He's trying to check to see if his ministry has accomplished anything at all. By the way, the people have been following him. Thousands and thousands and thousands. So, alright. Thousands have followed me. I've healed thousands. I've fed thousands. And now I want to know, what are they saying about me? Who do they say I am? Well, one of the disciples said, well, they think you're John the Baptist. Remember, Herod Antipas thought Jesus was the resurrected John the Baptist too. You're John the Baptist. That's one. What was another suggestion? Some of the people say you are Elijah. Now, you must understand the background to why they would say, some of the people think you're Elijah. The Jews of Jesus' day, and to this day still believe the words of Malachi 4:5. And Malachi 4:5 says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And to this day, Jews expect the return of Elijah before the coming of the Messiah. So much so that all conservative Jews leave a chair vacant for Elijah when they celebrate the Passover. And so naturally they would think, you're what? Well, you're Elijah. And right after Elijah comes what? The Messiah. And there was one more that they said. No, some of them think that you are Jeremiah. Listen to this. The Jews believed that before the people went into exile, Jeremiah had taken the ark and the altar of incense out of the temple and hid them away in a lonely cave on Mount Nebo. And that before the coming of the Messiah, Jeremiah is going to come back. He's going to take those two furniture pieces out of the cave he hid them on Mount Nebo, and that brings on the coming of the Messiah. So naturally, some would think, well, if he's Jeremiah, what does that mean? The coming is soon. And that was the response. But Jesus went on, and he said, but who do you think I am? After all, the disciples were influenced by the popular opinions of the day. By the way, what's one of the popular opinions they still have about Jesus the Messiah? Even at this point? Just 6 months before the crucifixion? They still have that popular opinion that Jesus was going to set up an earthly kingdom.